What's up, people, and welcome back to Religion Camp. My name is Mark Gagnon, and thank you for joining me in my tent where every single Sunday we explore the most interesting, fascinating, controversial stories from every religion from around the world from all time forever. Yes, this is my attempt to understand what everybody on this big, beautiful planet believes. Now, of course, the show's not possible without you tuning in, so I appreciate you guys taking time to join us in the campsite, right? Your support, your subs, your comments, all that stuff, is helping me pursue my dreams, fulfill my purpose in life, and it keeps the fire burning. More importantly, and by more importantly, I mean the most important, is my good friend Christos over there in the corner. Christos, it's been a minute since I've seen you, man. What's new?
I'm doing great.
All right,
Mark,
Christos, we don't have time to go into every little detail of your life. All right, we get it. We get it. Oh, where were you this week? Oh, I was in Aspen. I was in Aspen with the Rockefellers or whatever you're doing.
Not far off.
You're bought and paid for, dude. You know what? And I've had enough of it. I mean, this is the second we can replace you, okay? The second, I'm telling you, dude, because you've just been all you and your highfalutin lifestyle is just pissing me off.
I will go to the highest bidder.
All right, fire. No, Chris, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining me.
Likewise.
Now, today we are talking about a very interesting spiritual practice that I personally love. It's called Ramadan. Now, a few things before we begin. Also, my friend David's here. He's just
suck.
What? No, you're just working.
I'm following along with you.
Oh, you are. Okay, you're dialed in.
I'm dialed in.
You're gonna take Shahada by the end of this. We'll see, guys. We are discussing Ramadan and a few things. One, I was not raised Muslim. I have a nice beard, but that's about the extent of it. With that said, I don't know everything and all the intricacies of the Quran or the Hadiths or the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I don't intend to get anything wrong. That's not my goal. Throughout this research, I learned a lot, and there's a lot of things I really admire about Ramadan as a practice, but I just want to put that out there. If there's anything I miss or I mistake, please feel free to correct me in the comments. If you are raised Muslim, if you are a practicing Muslim, if you are an imam watching this, please let me know if there's anything I missed, and if you are not of any of those faiths, tell me, is there anything that you learned? All right, this is a little sandbox, shall I say, for me to learn. I feel like that sounds racist. That's not what I mean. All right, this is a place. I don't mean like a desert. All right, I mean like this is just my attempt to learn what everyone believes. So, yeah, just be gracious. Okay, I'm really trying in good faith, which is another good name for the show. If it wasn't Religion Camp, it'd be called In Good Faith. But it's not bad, right?
That's a banger.
Oh, maybe
That's gonna be the name of our Patreon.
The name of a special, perhaps one day. All right, let's jump into Ramadan. Okay. Now, if you've ever heard of Ramadan, then you probably are thinking of fasting, right? You're like, oh, you don't eat, you don't drink. And yes, that's a big part of it, okay? There's actually a great clip of Mo Salah, one of my favorite footballers ever, the Egyptian himself, also the Scouser, as we know. Just like during practice, while they're all playing, they all go get water, and he goes, no, I'm not going to get water. And he stands away from them because he doesn't want to be tempted.
My soccer coach growing up was Tunisian.
Oh, yeah.
And when we had night practices, the second the sun set, he sprinted to his car to get his food and water.
Oh, he's just fasting the whole day.
He was fasting the whole day.
Respect, dude. He's hardcore. I love that. All right, so what is Ramadan really? It's not just about fasting, right? It's not even really about denying yourself food. That's just an expression of it, right? It's about rewiring your entire relationship with desire and discipline and ultimately with Allah. Now, this month-long observance sits at the very heart of the Islamic faith. It is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, which, if you don't know, you should check them out. And they are the foundational practices that define what it actually means to be Muslim. But Ramadan is arguably the most demanding of all 5, depending on how you break it, right? For 30 days straight, from the moment the light breaks the horizon until the sun sets, Muslims abstain from food and drink. And yeah, that includes water. You can't even have water during the daytime. Sexual relations are also prohibited during daylight hours. And this kind of requirement for, physical strength, mental discipline, self-restraint, I honestly am impressed by, right? Most people in America, the idea of trying to abstain from any type of, immediate dopamine desire is like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like it's so embedded into the American philosophy just to consume nonstop that the idea of not doing that for 30 days, it's like a diet in America. It'd be like a fad. You'd be like, dude, you did 30 hard? That's amazing. Muslims have been doing this for hundreds of years and they just call it Ramadan. Now, it has been central to the Islamic calendar since the 7th century when it was first observed by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Let me just say also, I'm going to give a big peace be upon him to the Prophet for right now. And then I'll probably just say Prophet Muhammad going forward because sometimes it just becomes, jumbled up. So, Prophet Muhammad, he was doing this from the 7th century and his earliest followers, and it has been implemented to commemorate when the angel Gabriel first presented the Quran. Now, instructions for how to observe Ramadan are laid out in the Holy Scriptures, including details around, fasting, charity, worship, all that. Now, the month operates on a lunar calendar, so that means Ramadan shifts backwards through the seasons, arriving about 2 weeks earlier each year. Now, this creates a really interesting challenge in and of itself. Like, for example, when Ramadan falls in a winter month, for example, Muslims in northern countries like Sweden, they only have to fast for a few hours since darkness arrives really early and the days are really short. But when it shifts to the summer, those same regions experience almost endless daylight, making the fast extremely long and extremely difficult. And different communities solve these problems differently. Like, for example, some choose to follow Mecca's daylight hours, regardless of local conditions. Others use scholarly rulings to create alternative solutions, but it's always technically the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar. Now, the month of Ramadan begins and ends with the cycle of the new moon. Designated observers watch the sky, and once they confirm the crescent, Ramadan officially starts or ends. So, why the fasting? Why is that such a part of this? And what exactly is the point of deliberately letting yourself be hungry?